Alright, hey guys, so I'm in a good mood and I wanted to get a video out to you guys, and this is gonna be basically a discussion type and show and tell about the basic type of tools that you might need when around if you're a collector or a user of knives. And these are just the basics, the really the basics, and these are definitely not the best you can have around. It's just what I have personally, because I don't have anything better for now at the moment. So this is I'm just gonna show you what I use for knife maintenance and knife care and sharpening and whatnot. I'm just gonna show you guys all of that. So let's see, let's start out with maybe some lubricants and oils and stuff like that. Well, I found this recently. This is WD-40, and this is pretty easy for you guys in America probably to find, but I found this in a store for fairly cheap price, and it's the little bottle, but the bigger one I didn't need it. But basically this thing I guess lubricates, loosens up rusted parts, and protects metal. So this is pretty neat, and it came with this little straw. So if you guys are in the market for something cheap and easy to find in America and also in Poland, and but I don't think a lot of people from Poland are watching, but yes, you can find these in Poland, just to get that out. But WD-40, good stuff, and it works. It smells a little bit I haven't used it yet, as I just bought this recently, but I've heard that this smells a little bit when used on knives. But you know what, it was cheap, so I'm gonna try it out and see how it does. But that's one of the items. And second off, I found an oil for my needs, which is for pivot screw care. To maybe if the pivot screw is a little, maybe not tight, but it's just not working as smoothly as I want it to, then I just drop a few drops of this right here. And this is a bath and massage oil. You can also use veggie oil if you want. That's also fine, I guess. But this is a bath and massage oil, and this is pretty simple. It has a cork on top. And, you can probably find bath and massage oils everywhere. But what I do is I take my mom's a nurse, so what I do is I just took this needle, and what I do is just take the needle, take out a few, just a little bit of the oil. Just take some of it out, and then let me show you guys an example. What I do with it is on the Vic, just as an example, I'm gonna use it on the Vic Cadet. Right here is I apply it right there. I just squirt it just maybe a drop or two inside, or at the pivot screw. I don't have an example right now, but actually let me get one out and show you. Let's see, let's get the Jess Horn, because I just recently used the oil on that. So what I did was I just dropped some oil right inside, just squirted it inside, and let me turn this off macro, and I just moved it around a little bit, and it loosened up like that. So very nice. And you don't necessarily have to do this with the needle and stuff, but you can probably find some other thing, but this is just what I found to be effective and easy to do. Plus my mom's a nurse, so this stuff is easy to find for me. But alright, moving on. So that's what I do, what I use for pivot care. If you guys want me to do a separate video on what I do, how I apply this stuff, and such, let me know. Alright, so now let me get down to taking knives apart, and what you will need for that is definitely not what I'm about to show you, because this is just a cheap bit set that I found for myself. So this is it right here. This is just a very cheap bit set that I found for myself, but if you can find a better one, that's excellent. But this is just being as an example. You will need some sort of driver or whatever, a blue box. What was it called? The Benchmade blue box. If you can find one of those, that's excellent as well. But the point is, you will need a Torx driver or a Torx bits of all sorts of sizes. Now let me show you guys how those look like. And they look like pretty much like stars, like this. So and these are pretty common in folding knives. You will find the screws that you will need, Torx bits and Torx drivers to take the knife apart. That's pretty much common. Sometimes you may or may not, but you can find things like hex screws, which are pretty much like a little close to here's a good example. It's close, but it's just not the same. It's a hex driver, as you can see. And I'm not sure which sort of knives, but some knives do have I think Striders do, yes. I think I'm not mistaken, but Striders have these sorts of screws. Of course, this is a small example. You will need a bigger one probably, but this is what you will need for Striders. These two little thingies that go in these two little tiny holes inside the screw on the Strider to take it apart. So that's what you will need for that. And alright, so and last but not least, what you will need is a sharpener. This is definitely not a good sharpener that I am about to show you. It's just what I have, and I am going to upgrade definitely sometime in the future, but this is just serving as an example. So let me show you. This is a Vic diamond sharpener. As you can see, Victorinox right there. And it comes with this leather sheath little thingy. And just a diamond sharpener. Diamond, I guess you can call it. It's not a rod, but it's just, you know, diamond sharpener. And I found it to be effective on soft steels and on cheap knives. It does work efficiently, I guess. It works fine. And right now I do not want to use this on my Spyderco knives or anything like that. I want to get the Spyderco Sharp Maker for that, but that's in a little while because that thing is a little bit expensive for me anyways. But I will get that in the near future. But this is what I have on hand. But the point is, you will need some sort of sharpener if you're a collector and mainly a user of knives. Since, you know, if you use your knife, it's gonna get dull someday, and you will need a sharpener to make it sharp once again. Alright, so I hope that helped, and I hope you guys found that a little bit educational, maybe, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, and also let me know if you guys like this angle better than the one I did before, which is just straight down on the desk. And do you guys maybe like this view better, just straight up on the wall? I don't know, does that look better maybe, perhaps? Maybe a little bit, but let me know guys. If you like that better, this is how I will do my reviews. Alright guys, so stay safe, stay sharp, and have a nice day. Peace.